What's up, everybody? So if you guys already watched my weight reduction part 2 video, then you know I kind of hinted a couple times at um, plans for the Cobra. So when I first started this project, in the very first video, my main goal was to like hit 12s in the quarter mile without any engine bolt-ons or engine mods. So like strictly like just weight reduction, gears, tires, suspension, um, that kind of stuff. Um, and what I did was I did quite a bit of weight reduction. I took off about 127 pounds. Got the 410 gears and actually got a whole new rear end put in. Um, and took it to the track and got a 13.5 was my best run. So pretty much after that, I was excited to kind of get more stuff done to it as far as taking more weight off. That's when I took the air conditioner off, smog pump, that stuff, and lost another, close to 50 pounds doing all that, um, which is like half a tenth, I guess. What would you call that? And my next thing really was just going to be getting some drag radials or some slicks, and then definitely getting into the 12.9 realm. And it once I got to that 13.5 with just gears and weight reduction, I realized it was going to be pretty easy to get to the 12-second quarter mile, especially since the gears and the weight reduction took off 7/10 of a second. And that was with the 2.0 60 foot. If I would have got my 60 foot down, shifted a little harder, which I could have got drag radials and got the 60 foot down and shifted harder, and probably got low 13s definitely. And then with a little bit more weight reduction like I did, got rid of the air conditioner, would have took that drag off the motor. Aluminum flywheel, different stuff like that. I could have easily got into the 12s, I think. So I kind of stumbled across like some autocross stuff since October and got really interested in autocross. The fact that you're racing against other guys that are classed the same as you, and you're racing against yourself. There's turns, there's different stuff you can do. You can go with a completely stock car and beat guys with highly modified cars. It's all about driver skill. And I'm not saying that drag racing doesn't have any driver skill. There's definitely skill involved in that. But I think having turns and being classed and stuff rather than just going to like a test and tune night, it just seemed a lot more appealing to me, a lot more fun. And making a car like this that wasn't supposed to do turns and stuff. It was really just made to be fast in a straight line. Taking something like that and making it into like an autocross or a road course car. I like doing stuff like that. I like taking something that nobody thinks can do a certain thing and then making it do that thing. So that's where this next phase is going to go with this car. I'm still going to hit the drag strip. Definitely going to get to the drag strip and stuff, but I'm just not, my project isn't getting into the 12s without engine mods anymore. My exhaust is completely rusting out. And I just bought a SCT X4 tuner. And my next purchase is going to be Kooks long tubes, Kooks X pipe without the cats, and then Flowmaster catback, and then getting it tuned. And that's going to be pretty much it for a while as far as engine mods go. And once I get that stuff done, and I'm really just doing it just so that I have an excuse to get rid of that exhaust, because the exhaust is killing me. I mean, you can see how ugly it is. The previous owner, one of the previous owners, all they did was just clamp on some 3.5 inch, 4 inch tips that look like crap, stick out way too far. They clamped those onto the stock exhaust, cut the stock mufflers off, and put like some cherry bomb something in there. I don't know what it is, but it's a welded together hack job, and it's all rusting. It's got holes in it now, and it sounds like crap. So like I said, I'm going to get that full exhaust, get it tuned, and then start suspension and weight reduction stuff. You may have heard me talking the weight reduction thing about zones, and I stumbled across this guy I want to show you guys. If you're into autocross or if you're into weight reduction, either way, this is a great guy to follow. It's Warhorse Racing on YouTube. And he's got a Fox body and two new edges. One new edge is a V6, one's a V8. But he goes through all this different stuff like weight reduction, things to do, and he talks about zones. So you got the front of your car, like from the nose to the firewall is zone 1, firewall to rear axle is zone 2, rear axle back is zone 3. And a lot of you probably know you want to get like a perfect ratio. 50-50, I think, is like ideal. 50% of the weight in the front, 50 in the back. And so I ended up taking a lot of weight out of the back, and I've taken quite a bit off the front, but not nearly as much as I took out of the back. And the next kind of steps I'm taking towards autocross, I'm going to be getting the racing steering wheel, racing seats. That'll take a lot out of the middle of the car. But the front is what I'm wanting to focus on, trying to get different stuff to take weight off the front. And I think, it's getting the Kooks long tubes. The long tube headers are going to be a lot lighter than the stock exhaust manifold. And I'm hoping to get as close to a 50-50 ratio as I can, get the car balanced well, and then get front and rear coilovers, get the rear panhard bar from Maximum Motorsports. I want to get a spoiler for the back. I actually started making one. You can see I took mine off. I started making one on a plexiglass, but I'm not sure if that's going to really work out too well. So I may get the Carter's Customs one and slap that on there. Man, I've got a huge list of suspension parts. I want to get the rear strut tower bar, front strut tower bar, or front strut bar, I guess I should say. Bumper guards for the front and back, or the bumper, I don't know what you'd call them, rods, I guess. Basically taking the stock bumper supports off the front and rear and replacing them with the lighter weight ones. I mean, the list goes on stuff that I want to do to this thing, and weight reduction and suspension, and I just want to make it handle like a car built for road racing would handle. And I'm going to keep the solid rear axle as long as I can, because I want to be able to do all this and be like, yeah, I still have a solid rear axle. And maybe eventually down the road get an independent rear suspension, but I did just drop like $1,800 into that rear end last year, so I'd hate to get rid of it so soon. But yeah, like maybe try to get like a lighter weight hood, lighten up the front, different stuff like that. If you guys have any suggestions, if you guys do road racing or autocross and have suggestions for me, let me know, because I'm still reading up on it, learning about it. I didn't really know much about it until recently. I really been getting into it, seeing a lot of Mustangs, a lot of Fox bodies. Haven't seen too many new edge, or not new edge, SN95 Cobras. So I'm hoping to be like one of those that shows up and it's like the only type of car that there is there, like the only SN95 Cobra, just to kind of be different, But yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to take this channel now, is getting into autocross, getting the suspension and everything set up good, weight distribution set up nice, and just kind of learning how to do it, get my times down, get better, and get good at it. It just seems like a fun thing to do. And like I said, I'm still going to go to the drag strip. My car may not be set up for drag racing, but I'm still going to go and try to get into the 12s like I was originally planning. And I honestly think with the full exhaust, the JLT cold air intake, and a tune, that I'll be pretty damn close to 12s. I think that stuff, the tune, full exhaust, and intake, I think that can easily knock half a second off my time. I mean, the headers alone, the long tubes, some sites are saying 30 horsepower on those, and then a tune, I mean, with the BDX tuner and taking it to an actual guy to tune it on a dyno and stuff, I think that's definitely going to give me a little more power to. And yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. And like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on where to get parts that are, you know, autocross or suspension or handling related, like anything that can help this car become a better autocross car, I would definitely appreciate it. And yeah, just stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully I can be getting more content to you guys. I know I posted a couple videos here recently, but I had about a 4 or 5 months stint where I didn't have any videos, and I don't hope that I don't do that again. I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated here with stuff at least once a month, but hopefully more than that. So stay tuned for next time. Hopefully I'll have the full exhaust purchased and going to get baseline dyno numbers, getting all that installed, getting it tuned, and then getting afterward dyno numbers to show you guys how much and what a cold air intake, full exhaust, and a tune, how much horsepower that can get out of these 4-valve 4.6 Cobras.